Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. Finally, the time has come when we will have our discussion on the yearly predictions for the upcoming year of 2022 for all the Libra Ascendant natives. So friends, before we will start our discussion, it's my humble request that I have also uploaded a video on yearly prediction from the perspective of numerology. So if you haven't watched that video, it's my humble request that you should watch that video as well, because watching that video is definitely going to give you an insight that how the planetary vibrations are going to be impacting all of our lives on a collective level. So okay friends, before we will start our discussion from the perspective of astrology, we will first pray to Lord Ganesha, who is a Hindu god of auspiciousness, good omens, good beginnings, and who removes all the obstacles from all of our endeavors. So Om Vakratun Mahakay Suryakoti Samprabha Nirvignam Kurumadeva Sarvkareshu Sarvada. O Lord Ganesha, who has got a huge body, who has got a curved elephant trunk, and who has got a brilliance of billions of suns, please remove all the obstacles from my path. So friends, first we will start with the kind of divination, the kind of prophecy which I have received from tarot as a part of the theme for the complete life for all of you guys. So the major arcana card which I received as a part of the divination or prophecy for all of you guys came out to be a very positive, a very potent, powerful card from the major arcana deck, which is the world card. So I'm very much sure friends, all of you who are already familiar with the tarot, you must have understood that this card represents strong foundation, fulfillment, completion. All of the lifetime important tasks, decision, events could materialize in your life. This card also tells about exploration. This card also tells about foreign travels. This card also represents that your subconsciousness and your conscious will be able to access all different culture, all the teaching, all the wisdom. So from all of those perspectives, this card coming as a part of your theme is actually generating a very positive energy for all the Libra Ascendant natives for this upcoming year of 2022. So friends, before we will start our discussion, first we will try to understand that how the slow moving planets are going to be in a very customized way going to be influencing you in this upcoming year. So definitely friends, first we will start with the transit and the influence of nodes for the upcoming year. So Rahu is going to be changing its signs, and from its 8th house transit in next year it is going to enter your 7th house, and Ketu friends from your 2nd house it is going to enter your 1st house. So friends, this new placement of Rahu and Ketu has got its own share of pros and cons. Now the good part over here is that first we will try to understand what Rahu is going to be doing in your 7th house. So friends, Rahu's influence in the 7th house can be seen as good in this regard that it is definitely going to take your attention towards your public image, the way you deal with people. Rahu is a very diplomatic or manipulative planet. So definitely, whether it's about encashing on some new opportunity, working hard on developing your kind of very strategic public image which you want to generate, and along with that for any sort of foreign travels, foreign exploration, new business ideas, opportunity, this placement of Rahu in your 7th house can be seen as a very good sign. Definitely friends, wheresoever Rahu enters our house as per the transit, it definitely creates curiosity. It creates certain level of obsession regarding the matters of that house. So definitely your attention, your attachment is going to become very high in your relationship towards your partner. Now friends, the only vulnerability of this aspect is that for all those people in whose chart either Venus is very dignified, because Venus is your ascendant lord and it has also got the rulership of the 8th house of passion as well. So if the Venusian energy is working in a very dignified way in your life, then I would say that this obsession, this heightened sense of attachment towards the matters of the 7th house can work in a dignified way in your life. But let's say for example, if your Venus is afflicted in your natal chart, and moon is also afflicted, then with this kind of influence of Rahu in your 7th house could lead to lot of promiscuity as well. So you have to balance out the energies of Rahu coming to your 1st and 7th house axis. Now friends, looking at the Ketu's perspective, so definitely friends, the influence of Ketu, first of all, to begin with, it is a very good sign that finally Ketu has come out of your 2nd house. Because no matter whether you talk about the spiritual perspective or material perspective, whether Ketu is dignified or Ketu is afflicted, the 2nd house influence of Ketu is always vulnerable regarding the financial state. So finally Ketu is going to be out of your 2nd house, and the moment it is going to enter your 1st house. So friends, you have to understand this thing, that the influence of Ketu in the 1st house needs to be worked in a very wise, in a very sagacious way, because it could definitely make you very critical, very self-introspective. But the problem over here is that many times what happens is that all the past guilt, all the past remorses start troubling the native. So you have to make a healthy balance in that area of your life. It is good to help and heal other people, but not at the cost of not valuing yourself or undermining yourself. So these are the few areas where you have to give attention. Now friends, taking our discussion to the next slow moving planet. So definitely friends, Jupiter is going to be hovering or traveling from your 5th house to the 6th house this upcoming year. So friends, when we talk about like till the time from November of 2021 and reaching till the April of the 2022, when Jupiter is going to be transiting in your 5th house, so definitely the prospects of progeny, art, creativity, exploration, fun, education, recreational activities are going to take predomination. But friends, the moment Jupiter is going to enter your 6th house, now you have to understand this thing, that no matter which house is in consideration, as long as the planet is dignified as per its sign placement, the planet holds the potential and capacity to give very beautiful, very good results. So for example friends, like Sagittarius is Jupiter's own sign. So for Sagittarius ascendant, imagine where Jupiter gets exalted. It gets exalted in the 8th house. So now friends, the point which I'm trying to make over here is that definitely this year, all those people who are in a service field, now whether you are a firefighter, whether you are in nursing, in any sort of healthcare provider, in any of those medical industry department, if you are working in, you are a freelance person, you are a self-employed person, anything to do or association with NGOs or humanitarian organizations, all those people are going to get benefited. And along with that friends, definitely with the transit of Jupiter in your 6th house, so for long you have been battling with any ongoing concerns, whether it's within your team members, within the place where you work. So Jupiter is definitely going to replenish and fix all those pending issues, whether it's about lawsuit, whether it's about any of the ongoing health related problem, or whether it's about any of the concerns of debts. So the transit of Jupiter is definitely going to bring relief in all the matters of the 6th house. Now friends, coming to the transit of the planet Saturn. So friends, you have to understand this thing, that this whole year the energy is generating for you guys in this way, that 4th house is something which tells about our deep emotional mental state, concerns of our security, our emotional cravings, and 1st house is our personality, our whole life, it's our whole persona. So in your 1st house there is Ketu, and Saturn is going to be in your 4th house. So definitely friends, this is a time when you have to give right direction to the flow of your energies. So let's say for example, if God forbid you are a kind of person who battles with the low self-esteem, or you battle with the concern of loneliness, or always being attached to the approval from the other people. So if these are the concerns or area of vulnerability of yours, then the next year could become difficult for you. So it all comes down to how you're going to channelize the energy of these transit. Next year the planetary vibration is very strong. If you are just going to look at the way all the slow moving planets are going to be influencing your life, this is a time to get that sense of fulfillment by actually sowing seeds for something big and substantial, like for someone who can lay foundation to any idea or any aspiration you have been working hard, or working or enrolling into a school for some new course, some new education, new training, new certification, buying your own house. When we talk about getting married, getting the happiness on the account of progeny, so all those life events which gives us either stability or which makes our life secure, they can happen. So it all comes down to how you're going to utilize and channelize the flow of energies which is going to be impacting you throughout the next year. And the next thing is that, friends, this whole year somehow Saturn was transiting to the Shravan nakshatra only. Next year, in the initial 2 months, Saturn is going to be in the Shravan nakshatra, but afterwards Saturn is going to enter the Dhanishta nakshatra. So again, friends, Dhanishta is a nakshatra which is being ruled by the planet Mars. So Saturn being well placed, disposed in the 4th house, and most of the time next year it is going to be in the nakshatra of Mars. So that means 4th house related matters of, whether it's about serviceful, it's about starting your own business, it's about buying a house or constructing a house, all those people who are attached to the 4th house related professions or occupation or livelihood, so all those people can get benefited. So trust me, I will not be surprised that you have been working hard just as a freelance or as a consultant, but next year the opportunities actually gave you some new, like your work and the projects started coming up in such a overflowing manner that you have to hire people, you bought a new office and you started operating from there. So all those concrete substantial achievement accomplishments can happen next year. So that is something, friends, the way I wanted to show you as a part of the theme for next year for all of you guys. The only area where you have to keep on working next year is that try not to be on that mode that you are trying to serve and help and make everyone happy at the cost of people either taking your advantage or battling with the issue or the concerns of self-worth. So these are the few areas where you have to work next year. So that is something, friends, which I wanted to share as a part of the overall planetary vibrations and influence which is going to be influencing you next year. Now we will start taking up all the 12 houses and we will try to understand that basis the planetary vibrations and the transit energy, how it is going to impact or influence those specific areas of your life. So friends, beginning with the first house. So friends, as you know this thing that first house somehow tells about our overall growth and prosperity. So definitely by looking at the major arcana card which I received as a part of the prophecy or divination and looking at the overall planetary influence in your life next whole year. So one thing which I can say with confidence is that your first house related theme could be encapsulated in a few keywords. Definitely there will be the flavors of and working hard on the lines of stability, reconciliation, expanded awareness along with travels. Now friends, coming to the prospects of your second house. So second house, friends, which tells about your earnings, which tells about your financial capacity. So definitely, friends, like the way I already said this thing, that Ketu is finally out of your second house, which is a very good news. And friends, your second house is being ruled by the planet Mars. So we have to track the movement of the planet Mars first, because Mars not only rules your second house of your earning, your financial state, but it also rules your 7th house of public image, your relationship, commercial activities. Because friends, what is happening over here is that you will start the next year with your second house lord planet Mars to be transiting in a dignified, in an empowered state in your second house, giving more thrust, more weightage to way you speak, the way you present yourself, your capacity to put more efforts in a very ferocious way regarding the betterment of your financial state. Then friends, in the month of February, Mars will come out of your second house. It will get dignified in your third house, which is again a house of your resourcefulness. And friends, finally in the month of March, Mars is going to be exalted, being conjunct with Saturn, where Saturn is going to be placed in Mars's own Dhanishta Nakshatra. So I would say friends, all the prospects of your second house, third house, fourth house, so your financial capacity, your decision making, regarding all those areas of life which can give you stability, strong foundation, is going to be very strong, is going to be in a very strengthened state right in the first quarter of the next year. So I would say friends, at the time when I will be uploading this video, it is going to be around the auspicious occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi. So we are still going to have almost around 3 months of time before the beginning of the next year. So I would say start working now in the direction, because right from the beginning of the next year, your financial state, your earning capacity, and the prospects of working hard regarding some important lifetime decision is going to be very high. The planetary vibration is definitely going to support you. So that is something friends which I wanted to tell you. Now the second thing is that friends, just because we have already discussed that friends, now see, you have to understand this thing that Rahu and Ketu have moved the signs. And when we talk about from the Rahu's perspective, so now Rahu has entered the Aries sign. So in a way, because Rahu doesn't have got a ownership of a specific sign, we say basis the qualities of Rahu, that some people say that Rahu gets exalted in Gemini sign, some people take Taurus as Rahu's exaltation sign, but to be precise over here is that Rahu doesn't rule any sign. So now it all comes down to friends that just because it has entered a sign, so not only it is going to be flavorizing, impacting the a planet where it is going to be disposited, it is going to be placed in, but it is also going to impact or influence the other sign ruled by the same planet. So now friends, what I'm trying to say over here is that your second house lord, the time when your Mars is going to be conjunct with Rahu in the 7th house. So that is going to be a time when you have to remain a bit careful. Any sort of recklessness, impulsive decision making. Now this could be committing someone in the marriage, or signing up a partnership, any agreement, any lease. So I would say any sort of impulsive, reckless behavior, decision making needs to be avoided at the time when your second house lord, planet Mars, is going to be conjunct with Rahu in your 7th house. Now friends, moving ahead, now if you want to understand the prospects of your third house, so friends, your third house is being ruled by the planet Jupiter, which is going to be first till the months of April. It is going to be transiting in the Aquarius sign in your 5th house, and afterwards it is going to enter your 6th house and being disposited in its own house, in its own sign. So friends, what I can say over here is that the time till April is of enjoyment, travel and good experiences. Just because in your case, when we talk about third house, where I have seen a lot many Libra Ascendant native to be freelance, self-employed, having their own business, all the artists, creative, genius people, somehow I've seen and met lot many having this Libra Ascendant. So now the point which I'm trying to make over here is that definitely the time when your third house lord is transiting the 5th house, that is a time when you can actually encash on your rewards, like whatsoever hard work you are doing, the return on investment or appreciation, collaboration, that tend to remain very quick and easily accessible. But friends, afterwards, once from the month of May, when your third house lord is going to enter the 6th house, so that is going to be a time when bar of perfection might become very high. So you have to work hard, but the beauty over here is that your third house lord is going to be dignified in your sixth house. So that in itself tells about that if you are actually going to put forth right efforts, hard work, so it will also actually get rewarded in a very beautiful way as well. Now friends, the only one thing which I want to say, summarizing your third house related prospects after May onwards, once your third house lord is going to enter your sixth house, is that to begin with, bring refinement in your craft. The second thing is that your major time will be spent in dealing with the problems of other people. The third point is that try to help people, but don't be a patsy. Like, don't portray yourself in a way that everyone is not respecting you, or you are being seen or considered as someone from whom anyone can very easily take advantage of. So try to remain protect your integrity at the same time. So that is something, friends, which I wanted to say as a part of your third house related prospects. Now friends, moving ahead. Now friends, if you want to look at the prospects of your fourth house. So we have already discussed this thing, friends, that just because Saturn this whole year is going to be transiting in Mars's Dhanishta Nakshatra, and Dhanishta has somehow got the qualities of exuberance, pomp and show, doing things on a very massive, larger than life way. So I would say, friends, the fourth house related prospects are actually going to work in a very beautiful way in your life. Any of the concerns of bringing stability, let's say for example, you have been hovering from one job to another job, the prospects of whether the stability in your domestic life, in your professional life, in your personal life has been lacking. So this year, with this transit of Saturn in the Dhanishta Nakshatra, Dhanishta, which in itself has to do with abundance, with luxury, with wish fulfillment. So I would say all those areas of life can take predomination, and you can get success in all of those matters. And all those people who are directly straight away connected with the fields of you are a realtor, you deal in sale purchase of car, you are an architect, anything to do with decor and beauty, so all those people are going to straight away get benefited. And I would say, friends, this is a very good time for you guys to actually bring more structure, proper stability in your nature of work, because you might be working just with your laptop, working or sitting in any cafe, but this is a very good time to expand your business, expand your workforce, do some concrete investment and give strong foundation to your line of work. And I've already mentioned this thing, all those people who want to buy their own house, or it's like for all of those concerns of construction, buying your own house, energy is very strong and positive and auspicious this year. Moving ahead, friends, now if you want to know about the prospects of your fifth house. So definitely, friends, the same planet which is going to be ruling your fourth house is also ruling your fifth house as well. And in your case, friends, beyond doubt, Saturn is the most important planet for you. It is the Yoga Karaka planet for you. So friends, definitely the fifth house related matters are going to be driven by a very good, secured, future oriented thinking and planning. So from all of those regards, I'm seeing some very good results coming out of the prospects of your fifth house. Now whether it's about your luck in speculation, any of the dealing in stock market, trading, and also, friends, for all those people who are artists, who are creative people working in the creative fields, you are like self-employed, you are a freelance person. So friends, because of the influence of Rahu in your seventh house, and because of Saturn being transiting in the Dhanishta Nakshatra, it has got the rulership of both your fifth house and your fourth house. So I would say some big ambitious projects might get offered to you. So keep on working hard, keep your morale, your sense and degree of optimism very high. this year, because of the energy of this tarot card and the kind of planetary vibrations which I am seeing over here impacting your 5th house, so some big concrete projects might get offered to you. So remain very positive and kind of optimistic in that regard. Moving ahead, friends, regarding the matters of your 6th house. So friends, just because Jupiter from the month of May, it is going to be transiting in your 6th house, and we have already discussed that all those people whose occupation or livelihood is straight away connected with the 6th house related professions. This could be working in the fields of law, working in the fields of medical field, arbitration, anything to do with the crisis management and healing. So all those people are definitely going to get benefited because of Jupiter's dignified state in the 6th house. And apart from that, like even your relationship with your juniors, with your subordinates are bound to get improved. And this is also a very good energy for all those people who work in the corporate jobs, who are salaried professional. So all those people are going to get benefited because of the influence of Jupiter in your and its presence in the 6th house. Because not only that, friends, Jupiter is also going to be aspecting your 10th house of your actions with its 5th aspect as well. Moving to your 7th house, friends. So now friends, from the month of May onwards, Rahu is going to be transiting in your 7th house, and we have already discussed that this presence of Rahu in your 7th house can actually take you and make you familiar with different foreign culture. There could be lot of exploration, lot of travels, lot of foreign contacts, and friends, this could be seen as a good time for any sort of commercial activity as well. The manipulation, the intuitive intelligence and innovative out of the box qualities of Rahu is definitely going to help you project yourself to the best of your capabilities. The only thing is that, friends, with the influence of Rahu in your 7th house, I would say regarding the matters of anything to do with the hedonism, anything to do with the promiscuity, there you have to make a healthy balance. And the second thing is that, friends, when we talk about the prospects of marriage, so friends, I have already said this thing, this year is actually creating a very good energy in order to give you stability in the life. So now for someone, the stability could take the shape of having your own house, for someone to be blessed with a child, for someone to get married, for someone to get settled in a foreign land, your visa is already in process. So I would say, friends, this year is actually creating some very good energy regarding the matters of the 7th house. The only thing is that you should not go to the mischievous or manipulative side of Rahu. You should be working more on the innovative side of the Rahu. Moving ahead, friends, now if you want to understand the signification or results connected to the 8th house. So friends, in this whole playlist, whenever I come down to the 8th house, I always look at the 8th house in this way that regarding the suddenness or unpredictability, whether you are going to be in command, in grip of that, or you are going to get overwhelmed because of the unpredictability or suddenness of the 8th house in this year. So friends, in your case, just because your ascendant, the planet which rules your ascendant, the same planet has got the rulership of the 8th house as well. So whether you accept it or not, you are somehow accustomed, you are biologically designed and well equipped to handle any unpredictable situation in your life. But just because, friends, looking at it from the astrological perspective, the month of March, when Saturn, Mars and Venus are going to be in the Capricorn. So as you can see friends, in the month of March, your 4th house is getting lot of power and getting more empowered over there. So I would say friends, whether it's about the unpredictability of the 8th house, whether it's about your own life force, or whether it's about the 4th house related matters, the month of March can actually give you some sudden, unpredictable, positive event. So it all comes down to in which area of life you're working, what are your aspirations, how much you're working hard. But the month of March can prove to be very promising for you guys. The next is friends, the month of May. So after a positive March with the support of luck and the unpredictable, unforeseen events from the nature, from the divinity can help you. The next month is going to be friends, the month of May, when your ascendant lord, your 8th house lord is going to be exalted and conjunct with Jupiter in the 6th house. So friends, for all those people who are salaried professional, or for all those people who might be battling with any of the 6th house related difficulty, in a very sudden way, the energy of your ascendant lord being exalted in the 6th house can actually bring you some relief or some opportunity for all those people who are salaried or who are working in the fields connected to the 6th house related matters. And friends, the month of June is going to be very strong, specifically for the fame related prospects, because this is the time when Venus is going to be conjunct with Rahu in the 7th house. So the month of March is a time of some concrete development. May is very good for the service professionals, for conflict management and winning over any conflicts. And the month of June is very strong for fame prospects for all of you guys. And friends, when we talk about the month of July, so that is the time when Venus is going to be, your ascendant lord is going to be transiting in the 8th house itself. So the support of luck can actually help you in any of the matters of your life. Now friends, moving to your 9th house. So friends, I would say that when we talk about 9th house has to do with the prospects of the luck, fortune, your interest and your engagement in religion, all the religious austerities and foreign long travels as well. So I would say friends, the prospects of travel and foreign exploration will be specifically very strong in the months of March, April, July, September and October, when your 9th house lord, the planet Mercury, is going to be in a dignified state, and with the contribution and alignment with other slow moving planets, it can help you and encourage the prospects of 9th house related matters. Now friends, moving ahead. Now if you want to know the prospects of your actions, your profession, the matters of your 10th house. So definitely friends, your 10th house related matters in any case is very important for you guys, because you find the Cancer sign over there. So wheresoever Cancer sign is, our emotions, our feelings are intimately connected with that house. So for all the Libra Ascendant natives, specifically, whether you admit this thing or not, your professional growth, your personal development, your public image somehow is very sensitive matter for you or very important for you. So friends, your 10th house related matters are definitely going to be in a very positive way and work in a positive way this year, because of the aspect of both the Saturn and the Jupiter. So I would say friends, you will be able to push yourself more, perform better. So I would say this year friends, the energy is about that the planetary vibration is actually helping you, encouraging you, infusing that degree sense of optimism, working hard, inculcating those work ethics. So I would say friends, the energy is very positive only if you are actually pushing yourself to the best of your capabilities and your performance is better. All the results are reflecting in your craft, in your work, which is the matter of 6th house. So trust me, connected rewards will also be waiting for you because of the planetary vibrations and influence on your 10th house. So again, I will summarize it. Push yourself and perform better. Then only expect something. And friends, coming to the matters of your 11th house. So I would say, friends, the energy is more of securing, stabilizing and consolidation this year for you. So I would say, friends, rather than venturing into unknown or unexplored areas, it is better for you guys to whatsoever you have currently on your platter, on your plate, on your hand, try to bring more and more depth in it. Try to bring structure and more stability in those areas of life. That is how you're going to rise and shine and get recognized, and your efforts are going to get recognized this year. And the next thing is that, friends, see friends, when we talk about, there is one thing about pretending to be caring for someone, and there is one thing when you genuinely care for someone. So I would say the traits of genuine care for everyone and hard work will only reap awards for you. So many times we think that we are not being observed, or we are not in the scrutiny or in the eyes of world or public, but planets are always doing their role by making you receptive enough to the energies. So I would say, friends, inculcate this habit of genuinely caring for people and work hard, and you will get the deserving awards this year for sure. And friends, lastly, regarding the matters of your 12th house. So friends, Ketu in your first house and Jupiter's aspect on your 12th house. So there are two things which are happening. Your first house is being controlled and is in the influence of a planet of renunciation, of asceticism, of meditation, spirituality, Ketu. And Jupiter is also aspecting your 12th house of the similar qualities. So I would say, friends, this year is definitely going to, and the combined planetary influence is definitely going to make you more empathetic, and it could also give you access to higher dimensions only if you will be working hard in that direction by working on your breathing practices, your lifestyle choices, taking out time for doing yoga, doing prayers, doing meditation. So all those higher dimensions can be attuned, your sense of awareness and consciousness can be increased. So that is something, friends, which I wanted to say as a part of the yearly prediction which I have designed for all of you guys. So I'm going to end this video on the same note with which I started this video, that I pray to Lord Ganesha that all of your wishes shall come true this year. You become more successful and you attract success, and your wishes shall come true. And just because, friends, I'm going to be uploading this video on the holy auspicious occasion of Ganesh Chaturthi. We still have around 3 months left. So if you want me to add some more dimensions and do one more version, one more round of the yearly predictions for all the ascendants with some added suggestions and amendments, so please give and feel free to give your suggestions on the comment section. Once again, friends, thanks a lot for watching this video. And for further more updates and notifications on the divine science of astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like my Facebook page. Dhanyavad.